How good was Zidane?
One of the very best that's played the game.
Toughest opponent, which player?
Thierry Henry.
Imagine the two best players in the world playing for the same country in the same starting 11 for nearly a decade. On one side, you have Zinedine Zidane, the maestro,
Zidane, changé. Hop là.
the man who made football look like ballet and could control a game's temperature just by touching the ball. On the other, Thierry Henry, the king,
It's losing out, then Henry hits it.
the most clinical, explosive striker the Premier League had ever seen. Logic says they should have been unstoppable, but here's the reality. It took 8 years and 57 matches together before Zinedine Zidane finally assisted a goal for Thierry Henry. 8 years. That's not a statistical anomaly, it's a mystery. And if you ask anyone close to the French camp during those years, they'll tell you it wasn't because they were not good enough. It was because for a long time, they effectively spoke two different languages on the pitch.
Still Henry, the opposition just melted away. This is Henry.
Izquierda la banda, en la frontal para Zidane, vamos Zizou, empalmó Zizou, gol. No.
Mucho arriba, el balón de Beckham, excelente el pase para Zidane, también para Ronaldo, Zidane, gol.
To understand why they struggled, we have to look back at who they were at their peak.
Zidane, I think, what a player. I've played against him a lot of times, and it's very difficult to play against someone you can't get the ball off.
Zinedine Zidane. I only played against him once. It wasn't even a competitive match, but it got competitive. It was a pre-season tournament against Madrid, Liverpool. Yeah. In the Bernabeu. So, when you're already in awe of someone, you're thinking, I want to see how good he really is. And it started a bit showboat. Oh, mate. It was one of the best exhibitions of midfield play I'd ever seen in terms of controlling tempo. Yeah. So it wasn't even like he was running past people with dribbles and stuff. He was just popping up in different positions, left foot, right foot. Anyway, he's running the show. And
by the early 2000s, Zidane was the sun that the French universe revolved around. He was a post player. He liked to slow the game down, invite pressure, and then use his technical genius to escape.
Couldn't get the ball off him. He was massive. He was physically strong, obviously technically good, mentality good. He was just the all-round. But it was the biggest surprise I've ever had on a football pitch.
He wanted the ball at his feet. If you were a striker playing with Zidane, you had to wait for him to decide when the attack started.
Zidane's the greatest. He's making everybody around a better player.
Yeah.
I was amazed by his quality, by his vision, by his technical ability, football understanding, and for us who play just behind him, it was easy to play with him. The quality of the ball, you feel like it's not a good ball, but he will look good because of the way that he will touch the ball.
Henry was the polar opposite. At Arsenal, he was used to a high-speed, vertical game. He was a player.
Henry for me was a total game changer at the time. Playing in that era, I was looking at him thinking, if I want to be the best, if I want to win the Golden Boot, how am I ever going to compete with that? He's just bigger, faster, more skillful. He was everything.
He wanted the ball in space 5 yards ahead of him, so he could use that terrifying acceleration.
He was so dominant. I mean, you know how he was when he was on his day, and even when he was not, sometimes he was unstoppable. I mean, some defenders and big defenders and great defenders, they didn't really know what to do with him.
In London, Henry was the alpha. In Paris, he was playing in Zidane's backyard, and Zidane's backyard had very strict rules. It wasn't that they hated each other personally. There were no training ground fist fights. It was more of a cold war of styles.
Who is the greatest French footballer of all time?
You know that already. TT.
Zidane.
No.
Zidane.
You disrespected TT right here.
He knows that.
No.
It's Zidane, isn't it?
No. Don't disrespect TT like that. It's TT.
I'm not disrespecting no one. Let him answer the question.
Henry.
Whoa, I got called Henry.
It's time to go. It's time to go.
No, it's a tough one for me. You know why? Because I grew up idolizing being French, Platini. But I have to go with Zizou.
Henry often looked isolated for friends. He'd make these brilliant diagonal runs, the kind that would result in a goal every single weekend at Highbury, and Zidane would simply turn the other way and play a 5-yard pass to a midfielder. There was a hierarchy issue too. Zidane was the hero of 1998. He was the older brother, the icon. Henry was the younger, cocky superstar who had conquered England but was still the kid in the French dressing room. Henry once admitted in an interview that he felt a certain intimidation or respect that changed how he played around Zidane. You don't demand the ball from a god. You wait for him to give it to you. But Zidane didn't give it to him. He looked for his old guard. Players like Robert Pires or Christophe Dugarry, players who played at his slower, rhythmic tempo.
Zidane, in France, we don't have a more word for him because we said everything. For me, he's one of the best players in the world. Yeah, because he's a genius. He's a magician. He play for the team. He play simple, and the vision, it was amazing.
Tactically, France played a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-4-2 that was designed to protect Zidane. This often meant Henry was shoved out wide or left to lead the line alone in a system that didn't prioritize his best asset, his pace.
Henry, now that he's got Baptista going right, up against Carragher. Oh, he's beaten Carragher for Arsenal. He's got made room for the shot, it's 3-1. Oh, what can you say about Thierry Henry?
It was a clash of philosophies. Zidane wanted to control the game.
Zidane, he was just off the scale in terms of ability, and not anything that he would do. You know, it's not like he would go and blast a ball in from 30 yards in the top corner every time, but you just pass him the ball, and the way he takes a ball, the way it's almost like it's just on a string. The ball is on a string when he plays. It's always within a certain area, a certain distance of him. When he runs, it's almost like it's part of his body. It was just, and if you pass him the ball and he wanted to turn on a certain angle, he could just manipulate a ball and do it all in one movement, just amazingly well.
Henry wanted to kill it.
He gets across in front of him. Still Henry. Keeps on his feet. Henry!
Then came the 2006 World Cup. Zidane had announced his retirement. This was the last dance. In the quarter-final against Brazil, something shifted. Maybe it was the looming end of Zidane's career, or maybe they finally realized they were running out of time to be the duo everyone expected them to be. In the 57th minute, France won a free kick. Zidane stood over the ball. Henry hovered at the back post. Zidane floated the perfect looping ball to the far post. Henry made it on the volley. Goal. It was the first ever combination for a goal in a competitive match. So, did they hate playing together? No. But they struggled to coexist because greatness is often selfish. For most of their careers, they were two maestros trying to lead the same orchestra, playing two different symphonies. It's a reminder that on paper, football is about talent, but on the grass, it's about rhythm. And sometimes, even the two best players in the world just can't fight the same beat.